Hi, my name is Liz and welcome to my testimony. I don't think I've ever shared this in its entirety in a video, at least. No, I have not. I maybe have talked about my walk with some of my friends, but maybe not in this, I'm not gonna say depth because I'm not gonna go super deep. I'm just gonna say these are the things, like the big moments of my faith that happened. So yes. First off, I was born into a Christian family. Both my parents are Christians, and my dad was raised Catholic, mom was raised Baptist. They met at a Baptist youth group and were, I think, saved in the same group. So yeah, so church is important in our lives. So I was raised in all sorts of different churches. I think we went to basically every church that happened in Charleston, West Virginia. Maybe, maybe not. But I remember going to like Presbyterian churches, Baptist churches, all of them, all of the churches. So it was kind of interesting to experience all the denominations and whatnot, but when, I don't remember what grade I was in, probably like third or fourth, probably fourth, fifth grade-ish area, we started going to Episcopalian church. We found out that there was one like really close to our house, and we're like, let's try this out, let's see how this is. And I ended up, and my sister ended up getting baptized at this church. We really liked it. It's a little bit more of like a hippie, side of the mountain kind of church. Like, it's just like one of those sweet little churches. They would have, what was it, dog baptisms and cat blessings. My kind of church. But at that time, my dad definitely sat me down and was like, explained what baptism meant and everything like that, and I kind of understood it, but from an attitude perspective of like, this is something that I want to do, it was just more like a thing that I thought my parents would want me to do, so that's what I did. So about 4 years ago, I started going to a church that I am currently going to and currently very involved in, and I got baptized there. And that was the baptism that was definitely like, this is the believer's baptism. This is me declaring my faith and my relationship with Christ. And it took me a long time to like get to the point where I was like, yes, I should get baptized again. This is the thing that needs to happen, because I did have a good relationship with Christ, but I was like, it's time. It's time. Some people, they're like, why did you get baptized again? Because I got baptized when I was 3. I don't remember it at all. Got baptized at 8. I remember that. It was pretty cool. And got baptized at, so 4 years ago, I was 24. So I grew up in church, but then when I graduated high school and went to college, I couldn't find anything on a Sunday morning that was contemporary and within walking distance because I did not have a car in college. I was at the mercy of wherever I could walk to, and most of those churches, or at least the big churches in downtown of the school that I went to, were like very traditional, and it wasn't necessarily like, I was like, I don't want to do that. I want to stick to like doing contemporary stuff. So my third year of college, one of my residents, because I was an RA, I had residents, and she was like, hey, I want to go check out this church, go check it out with me. And I was like, let's do it. Let's do it. I was involved in some Bible studies and stuff like that, so one of my friends had started a Bible study when he was there, and I helped with certain aspects of it and made sure that we had somewhere to actually hang out and stuff like that, but finally got back into church my third year of college and went to a church that was like amazing. Like, to God be the glory. It was one of the first experiences of like not seeing God in action necessarily, like words, but like seeing healing, like seeing it, because one of my friends, she had one leg was shorter than the other, and I found out that I had the same thing, not as severely as hers. We both saw our legs grow out, so amazing. Healing is real. Spiritual healing, physical healing from God, it's real. I saw it. It was amazing. Very much like very, very, very charismatic. Very, very, very much like, we believe this. We believe in prophesying. We believe in, all of the things that go with that. And then about that time, I got into a romantic relationship with a guy, and it was not the healthiest relationship. It was emotionally manipulative and just And we dated for about 3 or 4 months and broke up because I was like, I am not having sex with you. This is not happening. You keep pressuring me and it's not cool. And he made advances like all the time, and to the point where I was like, I can't. No, you have not asked for consent. It's not cool. And yes, there were times he was sweet and times that he was awful, and it was just, no, not cool at all. And then a month after we broke up, he sexually assaulted me, and just that broke me. So after that happened, I went into this like Stockholm syndrome, like maybe I love him, maybe I can compromise my beliefs for this, and it turned out that he just didn't care. He was gonna just move on past that and whatever. So basically I just was in my head moved into a season that was gosh awful long, like 7 years long, of shaming myself and blaming myself for that situation happening and going, why didn't I see those signs? I know they were there, to run away as fast as possible. Because I look back and I'm like, oh my gosh, that was terrible. These are the things that he said and did that I should have just been like, no, bye, this is it. And there's things that I could have said to move on, to say goodbye. So we jump ahead 7 years, because like I said, that 7-year period of going, oh my gosh, this is all my fault, this is, and like, it wasn't all the time that I have been like, oh, everything is terrible and I'm such an awful person and that kind of thing, otherwise I wouldn't have, been able to like have a relationship with God or with other people. But there were times in which I was like, am I worthy of anyone's love anymore? Am I, just waves of different things. So it was just waves of anxiety and fear. Like before, sometime last year I was just like, I just had so much like, oh my gosh. And I feel like it was just like the ramping up of God about to give me the peace that I needed from this situation, which is something that is so amazing. Guys, God's peace is just like, words don't even describe it. I was gonna say subscribe it, but no, doesn't do that either. But it just melts on you. But to back up a little bit, come on Liz, we gotta start from the beginning. There's this worship service that happens about once a month at my church, and I finally went to one in the fall time or like December. I don't remember what month it was because bad at dates, but that was the time that God gave me this huge breakthrough of, you have not forgiven yourself for all that blaming and shaming yourself and saying these bad things over your life. Because you'll hear people say like, speak truth over your life, speak truth over that situation with Christianity and probably other spiritual beliefs. And I was speaking lies, and I was saying these are the things that are just like, this is my life. Oh, I'm just not going to date anybody ever again. Not that I wasn't going to date anybody ever again, but I was just not in a place where I could do that. And so, yeah, God was like, I'm going to break through all of this. I'm going to do it. And so was basically like, break through all that darkness. And then this last Sunday, went to the same worship service, and like I said, God gave me that peace. It was like, God is very timely, very, very timely, so much so that last night I was thinking about the math of, I spent 7 years in this place of darkness. God brought me out of it. And if you know the significance of 7 in the Bible, basically it's the number of completion and perfection. And not to say that I'm a perfect person, but I am complete in Christ. So you have that big deep breath of like, oh yay, this is awesome, this is cool, this is where God has taken me in the past 7 years, yes, but beyond that is like 28 years of like God showing me his goodness and his wonderfulness and everything. And so I would say that I didn't quite handle everything in a healthy manner like I should have told people before this video, but okay. Like, there were definitely programs that I should have plugged myself into and definitely told all of my friends, like those mutual friends that I had, I should have told them. I don't blame anybody other than him for those situations, and I am thankful that God brought me out of those situations and gave me such a renewal of peace and just his love, and just showed me and his promises basically was like, I'm the source of love and hope and peace and all of the stuff that you've been so longing for the past 7 years, that you have been waiting through. And not to say that I hadn't had happiness in those years, or that I had been like deeply depressed or anything like that. I feel like God was very gentle with me in those 7 years, but at the same time, like, I was dealing with some dark stuff and just carrying it with me for a long time. Like, 7 years is a long time. It doesn't, in the scheme of things, it's like, whoa, okay, but that's a long time. And guess what? I'm a victor. I am a victor in Christ, because guess what? Those things, I'm not a victim of them anymore. It's been wiped clean of my life. I am not going back. I am not reflecting on the past of that. Yes, I am reflecting on it, but I'm not stuck on it. I'm not saying this is it. This is the only thing that's important to my life. The thing that is important to my life is that God helped me in that situation and help me be healed from that situation. And again, I'm a victor in Christ, and that is the most wonderful and important thing. And that I have peace, and I have love, and I have people around me who love me, and people around me who care about me emotionally and spiritually and all that kind of stuff. So there you have it. That's my testimony, and I'm sticking to it. I recorded this like 3 times, so this is the one. This is the one. This is the one, yes. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. Keep reading and let God be the glory, because he helps us through all sorts of situations, and I just know not to lean on my own understanding, because he is number